is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast. We have all been on a first date. Am I right, sisters?
Woohoo! Yes, please. Love.
As nervous as we are. This one didn't last too long, but it was about the message that she received straight after the date, after they'd held hands and walked to the train station, which has left her slightly concerned.
Walks.
Oh, God. You know when you've walked to the train station?
Walks and
Oh,
talks.
God. I remember going on a first date with this girl, and before I'd got home, fired off a message. Oh, my God, you're the best kisser. You're so handsome. You're so tall, dark and dreamy. And how I'd give anything to have you all for the rest of my life. And I was like, oh, God.
What did you write back to me?
Not this again.
That's good.
It didn't actually happen, but find out what did happen on the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast. Chrissie's clickbait.
Thank you so much for asking. Here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh, okay, straight out of the oven.
Dua Lipa is in the country. Have either of you seen Dua Lipa perform live?
Yes, you have, Ryan James, because we interviewed her just before the Arias one year, and then we went out and sat there and watched her perform in this phenomenal white outfit, and we were fixated.
Also, another Dua Lipa story. Saw her in the Qantas lounge, and unfortunately, Tom Ivey, our executive producer, was asked to leave the area because he was staring at her too much.
Mm-hmm.
Are you joking?
No, she was sitting by herself, Chrissie.
I tried to do that photo. I said to
Sneaky
Fitzy and Whipper, can I have a photo of you boys together? And they're like, oh, why? And then Dua was in the background. So I zoomed in.
This was just after we spoke to Elle Macpherson in a private room for about 10 minutes, and then she wanted to leave because Tom wanted too many photos of her.
Sorry,
as well.
guys.
Did she take her sunglasses off for your interview, or did she leave them on, Elle Macpherson?
No,
She put them on for the photo when we
she
had a
could
photo.
hear us talking about her in the next room, in the Qantas lounge, and then we went next door and knocked on the door, and she said, "Oh, about time! I could hear everything that you were saying." And I was like,
Oh my God. And did you do a little edit like, what were we saying?
No, and then she just came and sat in with us for about an hour before the flight.
Well, that's nice.
But no, didn't have glasses on. Didn't have sunnies on.
She got escorted onto the plane by a Qantas representative by herself. So, Elle, it's time for you to board. She gets on first before everyone else.
And then we followed like a couple of lost puppy dogs using the Elle Macpherson chaperone to the aircraft.
That's hysterical. Yeah. My mum gets that sort of service, but it's because she's pretending to be old and decrepit.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, I took her to Bali last year, and she goes, I'm going to get a wheelchair. Watch me go.
Watch this.
She get the golf buggy?
So naughty.
She got escorted onto her Jetstar flight first.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Anyway, back to Dua Lipa. Yeah. She is an unbelievable performer. I was so impressed. I took Peg last year to go see her. I was astonished by how incredible her voice is live. And two, every song a hit.
Yeah.
One after the other. If you get a chance to see her, she's only doing Sydney and Melbourne, unfortunately, but if you get a chance to see her, please do. She has added a little Easter egg to every show so far. First of all, she covered AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
Whoa. What?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Listen to that growl.
Turn it up.
She's pulling it off.
Oh, so good.
Yep.
But now she's almost created a rod for her own back because she's got to do an Australian a song performed by an Australian every single show. She has not disappointed. Last night she ripped out this cracker. On the floor. What a song!
Oh my gosh.
Smooth 91
It's just really harsh to say, but is it hard when Dua Lipa covers a song and sings it better than the original?
Just be really careful with your wording, mate.
How dare you?
I'm going to stop you there. That's disgusting.
I will not hear
No, I won't either.
a bad word about Bruggers.
Can you get Natalie Imbruglia on the show now, Tom? She deserves a right of reply.
Could she sing a Dua Lipa song, Be the One or something like that? Can we get Bruggers in?
Is that your favourite?
Yeah.
Dua Lipa, Be the One?
It's the first It's, I mean, I was really, really scared about doing it for the first time, but when I heard it, I thought, I want to do this all the time.
Tommy, what about Natalie Imbruglia, Dua Lipa, Nova Red Room?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get through the Red Room Global Tour first, and then
Thanks,
move on to that.
Add it.
There's a bit of audience participation with Be The One as well. She gets the whole crowd to sing it back to her.
Really?
Yeah.
My favourite line that she's ever uttered is, if you're under him, you're not getting over him.
It's good,
Amen,
isn't it?
Dua. Amen.
It's good, isn't it?
We don't have time to talk about Lizzo's decline into... Okay, so Lizzo... What a song.
Yeah, great song.
I'm a juice, gotta blame it on the juice, baby. Anyway, love Lizzo. Mad for it. Mad for it.
Yeah.
You know, what's that great one? I'm feeling good or whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Nails. I do my hair toss, check my nails.
Check my nails.
Good,
Baby, can you-
good as hell. Good as hell. Amazing. But guess what? In the style of Fonzie and Happy Days, she has jumped the shark.
What do you mean?
We don't even know that she, a global superstar, has released a song this week.
Yeah.
Because it is terrible.
No,
hang on
don't
a
say
minute.
that.
I know it's only my opinion and I'm always wrong, but she has released a song. I heard it without any fear or favour and I didn't like it, and it turns out I'm not the only one. People are saying, what is this?
Is this it?
This is it.
I mean, it sounds like all the other ones. That's not too bad, is it?
It's just...
Do you joke?
What is it? Tell me again.
it's-
We're not on air. It doesn't matter. We
it's
can
not-
workshop this.
She's not Lizzo anymore. She's...
Fizzo.
Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. There's your headline. From Lizzo to Fizzo.
Come for the Lady Madness, stay for the zingers, guys.
Oh, God. I'm not going anywhere. I can't
king
get
of
out of
zing.
I can't get out of my car.
Anyway, if anybody says that you've lost it and you're crap, please don't take to social media to justify it. Don't say things like, Aretha and Whitney got backlash for being too pop and they kept going, so will I.
Wow.
Imagine listening to Say It Loud, I'm black and I'm proud, and saying it's too optimistic. Imagine listening to Hey Ya, one of the greatest songs of all time,
Outcast.
and saying it's too poppy. Sorry, doll. That song's not as good as Hey Ya by Outkast.
Wow.
We're not gonna be still turning that up in 20 years, are we?
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is an interesting one because you'd all have to agree no one likes a Keno. And this guy's just broken every rule. Like, he couldn't have done it worse. They've gone on a date.
Define Keno for me, because
When
I only know about the lotto numbers. What's
Yeah,
a
sure.
Keno?
Keno is when you go in too hard too early and you show your cards and maybe you fall in love heavily. You just fall too hard too early.
What about hiding in a bush for 8 hours waiting
That's,
for them to come home?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with
8
that.
hours?
I did that
Or
once.
illegal. And how did that end up, Chrissie?
Look,
you cuffed and taken away?
Can I tell you that a night in the Slammer is nowhere near as scary as I thought it would be?
No. You made some good friends.
Yeah.
Fitzy's actually done that, haven't you, mate?
What's that?
Night in the Slammer.
Oh, yeah. In Victoria. Yeah, that
Oh,
was
God.
trying to... Timmy Boston was directing traffic on the road and they went to go lock him up and I said, I'll look after him. And they went, yeah, no worries, you can come with him.
That's great.
That's when you met Chrissie for the first time. So these two have been on a date. It was a Hinge date, right? Am I right by saying that with Hinge, she gets to choose him? Nah, he gets to... Doesn't matter.
I've
That's
got
Bumble.
no,
That's
I've got
Bumble, is it?
no idea about the apps.
So
None.
it goes both ways. I've just been told about Hinge. So the date went really well. She's 25, he's 28. She describes it as fairly brief, lasted about an hour and a half, but they spoke over dinner and they also held hands walking back to the train
that's
station.
Sweet.
I mean, that's comfy, isn't it? And that's
Yeah.
gone well, I would have thought.
Talking about my girl.
My girl.
My girl.
So here's the thing. Even at the end, when they went their separate ways, they spoke about a second date. About an hour later, she received her first message from
Yeah,
him.
let me guess. That was a lie.
I love you and everything about you, it said.
What? The guy said that. I
Yeah.
love you. Oh, dear.
An
After
hour
an hour and a
later.
half. Swanee, that's the definition of a Keno right there.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote back, thanks. A moment after that, he wrote back, I was going to ask you tonight to be my girlfriend.
Oh, come on.
Oh, she wrote back.
He just wants to be loved.
She wrote
wanted.
back, thanks. The reply then came from him once more. I want you to be my baby mama and spend the rest of the life with me.
He's not all there, mate. He's not all there. That's too
Now,
much.
if I have to share that story to explain exactly what a keno is, Swanee, that's everything right
And what
there.
was Lisa's reaction to that third one?
She said, we're never going for dumplings in Chinatown again.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, I read a story and I cannot stop thinking about it. You know when something pops in, when you read something and then it keeps on popping into your head and you laugh out loud just when you're doing the dishes or walking to the car?
Yep.
So a woman, a good Samaritan, and I think I relate to this woman because she's sort of kind. She has found, she's in the UK and she has found a sick hedgehog.
Okay.
So hedgehogs are like echidnas but cute, right?
Yeah, right.
They're
Okay.
smaller and fluffier, and I'm going to show
Still
you.
quite dangerous, aren't they?
Well, I don't think so. I think, they're not. They're not as dangerous as a US tourist holding a baby wombat.
No, you
but-
don't do that, apparently.
No, see ya. So I'm holding up a photo.
Okay, it does look fluffy.
Yeah, they're really fluffy. They're really cute. And this one was hurt. So I'm imagining, this woman is out on Woodland Green and she's spotted this, wounded hedgehog, and she scooped up the hedgehog. She nursed this wounded hedgehog. It was very still, and she thought, this is not boding well for the hedgehog. So she tended to the hedgehog overnight and left some food out for it, a little box, newspaper.
Yeah.
And then first thing in the morning, she took it to the Lower Mosswood Nature Reserve and Wildlife Hospital in Crutsford, Cheshire.
Yeah.
And said, look, I found this hedgehog. It's not doing very well. I've looked after it overnight and I think it might be very unwell. I think it's been savaged by a hunting dog.
You do that well. You do that very well.
That's
you.
really well done.
Anyway, the vet says that is not a baby hedgehog. That is a bobble off the top of a beanie.
What?
So in England, when it's very cold, they wear the beanies and they've got the fairy bubble on the top like a pom pom.
And it hadn't touched the water.
She's been looking after a pom pom in a box all night, checking on the health.
Oh, brilliant. She's put the newspaper down in the box just in case it goes to the toilet.
Because it wasn't moving at all, did she have any idea that it might be something else?
You can
The headline that got me was "Woman nurses a hedgehog overnight, only discover it's a hat bubble."
That's got you for the rest of the week, Swanee.
For the rest of my life.
brilliant.
Can you imagine?
Brilliant.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Dolce and Gabbana. I think the apple's rotten right to the core.
I mean, how well do you know your brands? This is a simple test that we do right here, right now. We've got 10 questions. Person with the most at the end wins.
Now, is it your names or your buzzers or what?
Your name. Oh, do you know what? Why don't you just yell out the answer?
Okay.
Just go for it, mate. Let's not slow it down.
Yeah.
Very simple one to start a brand man this morning. Which brand is finger looking good?
Oh, KFC. And have you noticed that they've changed? I was listening in the radio to this very station the other day, and I thought, that's the end of that ad, the KFC ad, and they go, KFC, FLG. And I'm like, what is that? They've abbreviated finger licking good to FLG.
Oh my God, so KFC, FLG.
FLG, yeah.
Finger licking good.
Yeah.
Okay, Fitzy takes out the first one. Here we go. Spotify has how many lines in its logo?
Fitzy.
Fitzy.
I'm going to say 4.
Any other
3.
guesses? Bang, Swanee. Steal.
Damn.
Swanee goes to steal. Spot on with 3.
Damn.
One of my favourites here, damn, is Shell Ready Express. The logo is a what that's found on the beach.
Michelle.
Yes, Swanee. Simple. This famous ad was for which brand? Have a listen.
Chocolate is good for dogs, but you can have the rest of my milk.
It was a long time ago.
Is he speaking English?
It's obviously American.
Go
It's
again.
America, isn't it?
Chocolate is good for dogs, but you can have the rest of my milk.
Oh,
Chocolate isn't good for
isn't good for
Good
chocolate.
for
Is it
dog-
like Reese's Pieces?
No. Tom's got a smile on his face.
Oh, I know this
is
one.
Is it
What is
dog
it?
food?
No.
No, it's a chocolate ad.
Tom.
It is a chocolate ad. The boy is...
Oreos.
Yep, that's right.
Chrissie Swan. Stolen.
Yeah, he's trying to
Who's
tell
the
his kid
boy?
not to eat the Oreos.
Who's the
It
kid?
was Brad Pitt back in
Yeah.
the day.
Ah,
Yeah.
you were
That's
someone.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Well, who knew that he was going to turn out the way he did? He's not a very nice guy, by the way, I don't think.
He's not.
No,
Save that for next week.
no.
Which brand uses the slogan, down, down, prices are down?
Fitzy.
Oh,
Fitzy.
Coles.
Bang. Ryan James. JB Hi-Fi has 2 colours in its logo.
Fitzy.
yellow and... Oh.
Yellow and black.
Yep.
Hey, are his names or buzzers or not?
Just yell it out. According to this brand, Aussie kids are what kids?
Weet-Bix.
Bang. Swanee.
Good get, Swanee.
Can hardly get it out. You are flying. Okay. Tonight I'll be eating is a line...
Uber Eats.
Oh, my God. Did you yell at ovaries or Uber Eats?
Uber
It
Eats.
did sound like over.
What colour is the brand TAB associated with?
Green.
Fitzy!
You've got a gambling problem.
Finish.
What are you... Wait. Hey, look at me. Look,
You've got-
what are you... Hey,
You've
what
got
are
an
you...
over. You've
What
got an
are you-
ovaries problem.
What are you really gambling with, Ryan?
Win some, you lose more, mate.
More.
Finish this slogan. Good on you, Mum.
TikTok's the
Top's the
one.
one.
Ah, Swanee! Taking
Did
it
you
out.
know that this is how lame it was in the 80s? We had a school excursion to the Tip Top factory.
Oh, wow.
That was a big deal.
Did you
and
watch
can I
the
tell
bread
you,
being made?
yes, and guess what else?
You've never eaten it
Tip Top-
since?
No, I eat it all the time. Tip Top make the rolls for McDonald's burgers, and we got a fresh, straight off the hot conveyor belt, a junior burger bun, and
Really?
I'll never forget it.
Oh, my God.
Does it smell amazing there? Like, is
Yes.
the smell? Oh, the
you know-
aroma
Yes.
would be amazing.
Tommy, great idea. You don't do excursions as parents or as adults. Could we start doing Nova excursions?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and they're things that we're interested in.
Well, you just tend to sort of take yourself wherever you want to go when you're an adult.
But I want to be there with
No, but
like-minded people, Tommy.
What if we want to go to the Tip Top factory? You have
Yes.
to organise it.
wanna
You've got to be
be
on the
there.
bars.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can do that yourself.
Can't just
Yeah,
roll
that's
up on a-
fine.
Tommy, take us.
Tommy, yes, you're the excursion leader.
Get in the car, kids.
But you've got
Oh
a
my
Yaris.
no! You can drive the bus.
Yeah,
and
get
you
the
can
bus, Tom.
turn a corner like that. You know?
No, Tommy's not the excursion master. He's the perversion master.
How do I get on that bus?
Take us to the chocolate factory, Augustus.
You filthy animal.
Oh, how dare you.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Cancel culture. I need to talk about that. This is fascinating because I didn't know this, but did you guys know that there's a London-based insurer? They're called Samfear Risk, and they're a crisis and communications group, and they've rolled out a new policy to help high-profile people prevent problems occurring or navigate them when they do. So you can basically take out insurance now on cancel culture.
Wow. I don't really believe in cancel culture to start with.
What do you mean you don't believe in it? You don't
well,
believe it exists?
No, I don't believe it exists. I don't believe it should exist.
Well, what?
Well, they're
you-
two
what, you
different
think-
things.
You think everyone should be able to get away with what they say?
No, but what you're doing when you talk about somebody saying something or doing something that's inappropriate, you're wanting them to learn, you're wanting them to understand, and you're asking them to grow and change as a person. So that's what it's really about. So to cancel someone is suggesting that they don't have the ability, as you want people to open their mind and expand beyond where they're at that moment in time. You see what I mean? If you go, no, you're cancelled, you're out. What we're really saying is, I want you to see if you can change and see a broader point than what you've just made.
Well, it's typically one of the
Disagree.
first things a celebrity will do once they gain enough traction is to hire a PR team. But not every celebrity has a PR team. This is the thing, unless you're massive. So you can hire these people to come in, and it's basically they take over.
Right.
So they do this. Actually, influencers and popular podcasters are using these people more. for. So they come in and they consider a strategy for you, how you're going to approach this. Do you have to apologise? All this. What are you showing that you're going to fix this problem?
Okay.
So it's now that you can pay these companies to come in and take over for you.
You should have done this before you went into the Big Brother house. So then you would have had some advice on whether the right thing to do was to punch an inflatable kangaroo or run around in the nude.
Look, I think I think these people are robbing people. There is once
the insurance companies are robbing people.
How
Don't you dare imply that.
No, because once somebody in the public eye has attracted the wrath of the public, there is nothing anyone can do about that. Absolutely nothing. It just needs to ride itself out.
I agree.
Yeah, and there's no amount of apologies or trying to, mitigate the circumstances or explain what you said. No one cares about that. No one cares. They just want to go after that person.
Yeah, like when I watched The Masked Singer and I, for the first time, just saw you yelling out, "Take it off, take it." I thought, who's going to handle this crisis? This is Swanee demanding a reveal.
Yeah, and I also had to deal with the photographs I got from you of you taking it off.
Yeah. It was like you were
still trying to work my way through those.
talking to me through the TV.
I'm just on this London-based insurer, Sam Fear Risk. I'm on their website right now.
Okay.
You're an ambassador. That's beautiful. I didn't know that.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is a great story because in an effort to boost and recharge Sydney's once bustling nightlife and entertainment sectors, local community members are backing the City of Sydney's new plans that would allow venues to open later while also balancing the noise concerns of residents. So, complaints from residents in the city now of, the bloody pub stayed 2 minutes, it was open a bit longer than it usually is, are now going to be ignored. We are back on, guys. The City of Sydney's going to start partying again.
So if the local council gets one more email saying, they were playing K-San at 2 minutes past 10 and I'm furious. I pay me rates.
Well, let's be honest. The actual CBD is struggling, isn't it? Like, nightlife has dropped away. If you actually walk down George Street now, Pitt Street, on a weekend, it's nowhere near it used to be. Like, restaurants are struggling. Hospitality is in real trouble in the city. They need to get it going again, give it a real boost.
Do you know what amazes me is when in Moore Park and you've got what is it, ANZ Stadium or Allianz? You've got Allianz, right?
Yep.
You've got one of the great sporting facilities possible in New South Wales, and it's awesome. And then you've got the residents that sit between the stadiums and sort of Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And they know where they've bought.
I
They know
agree.
where they live.
Yeah.
And yet still they complain about the noise. You should have heard the fans coming out of the footy. When you bought it, you knew that every Friday, Saturday night, there'd be 80,000 people there.
Bloody Pink played till 10:15 last night. It's ridiculous. This is the thing. If you buy an apartment in the city, you've got to be used to the noise. Get used to it and actually embrace it.
Yeah.
That's what you're there for.
Although if I was living there and, I don't know, it was a couple of minutes past midnight and I heard a Pink song come on. I mean, we love Pink, don't get me wrong, but coming up, so you better get the...
Well, if you're usually listening to that, it'd be very similar to a Pink song anyway, wouldn't it? It'd be just you and your hand in your room, I suppose. Which is a Pink song, Tom, so don't look at me disgusted like that.
Technically, you're correct.
Yeah, well, kiss me one last time, Tom.
Yeah,
if we're going to go through the back catalogue.
Good on you, mate. Have a rest.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, last week I raided my house and I got some stuff from my daughter Peg's room, she's 11, and stuff from my room, and you had to guess who belonged to who.
Yeah.
I may or may not have created an opener. Have a listen. Great song, Blink
Oh, I love
182. What is my age again? Obviously, I am a lot less mature than
Swanee,
my
this was the weird thing. I mean, it was a confusing segment because it sounded like your bedroom was made up of things that you just won at the show. And you'd,
I mean, look, that's
but not
my,
only that you'd kept them from when you were, 10 years old, but you'd got them recently.
Oh, no, they were new. They're all
they were
new.
brand
Like
new.
my Sesame Street toiletries bag, all of
Yes.
it. All right, item number 1 for your consideration. Bags from Mecca Cosmetica.
Well,
This
you're
one, one,
buying
two.
the Mecca products. I'd say that you're keeping. You know what? You're exactly like my wife. Not allowed to throw out a bag at all, Chrissy Swan. So I'm
And the
gonna.
Mecca bags are so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm locking you in for Mecca. Could you re-gift them for a Christmas present or a birthday present? If it's
That
not
would
a
be-
Mecca product,
No, it'd be tacky.
I'm going to say it's definitely you because Peg would not be able to afford anything from Mecca.
Peg doesn't need to afford it because I buy them for her. This is my daughter's collection.
You're kidding me.
Mecca
what's her number one product from Mecca?
Well, she loves the Laneige sleep balm lip stuff.
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
you know, I wear Vaseline and Lano lips. $4
Lanolin.
a
I've got
tube.
lanolin. I wear lanolin.
It's the best. All right, next item.
What do you got?
It is a
Oh, my God.
squirrel. It is a squirrel toy, and it stands up.
Now, I am analysing the age of that toy. It looks like it's got a couple of years behind it. The tag is still on the ear.
It's almost brand new.
Is
and
it German?
Let me look. Apparently, made in Germany by Steiff.
Yeah.
And the
They're a very good
the
brand
tag
of
is
squirrel.
on there. Whose room did this come out of?
I think-
Bedroom.
that's-
Yours, mine or Peg's?
It looks like it's been slept with. That's Peg's.
No, I'm going to say Michael Gudinski used to have. He had an infatuation with meerkats. And people used to buy him meerkat toys. I reckon that's an adult obsession.
Do
I'm
you?
going to say Chrissy Swan.
Chrissy does like to collect nuts.
You are spot on. I love me a squirrel.
Wow. Okay. And that lives
The
in your
old
bedroom
squirrel.
as well.
Yes.
Squirrel grip. You love the squirrel grip. don't you?
Isn't he
It's
beautiful?
got a huge grip on it.
And let's finish with this one.
Okay, here we go.
It is a.
Oh, this one's weird.
It is a
Oh, Dusty Martin.
stand-up statue, I'm going to say.
It's a 3D printed doll.
It's amazing. Of the great Richmond Football Club legend, Dustin Martin.
Now,
Whose is this?
I know you're a massive Tigers fan. You love Richmond.
I do.
But you're not a huge football fan, so I'm going to go with Peg.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Peg.
Peg loves a bit of Dusty Martin.
She does. This is from my
Bang.
daughter's.
That's great. We got one.
You got one.
In the great collection.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about the cost of living, tradies, cost of building, and the issue that we have on our hands with the lack of housing, Ryan James. It's in the paper this morning. But one bloke has come out and said, we don't have, how's this for the quote? Let's be very clear, we don't have a housing problem. We've got a cost of construction problem. 132410 if you're listening right now and you're a tradie, or you know a tradie who's making over 200K a year.
So that was we spoke about this. Well, you know the over in the Middle East they're building that city.
Oh yes,
and the costs have blown out from $80 billion to $14 trillion.
Don't you hate that?
That's over quoting there from a few tradies, I reckon.
Did I not give you the actual quote? Oh, sorry, mate. There's been a couple of variations. I didn't know you wanted it 200 kilometres long.
Well, that's the best I can do, mate. If you don't want to use me, get someone else.
Mate, you can use Tony, but he hasn't showed up at the last job for 3 weeks. So what do you want to do about it?
They still have a lot of power. This is the thing. I mean, it will change at some stage, but it is ridiculous to build or do renos at the moment.
Yeah.
It is so expensive.
One tradie here who they've spoken to, he's called a gold-plated tradie. They're out there, mate. They're making over $250,000 a year. I know plumbers make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Sparkies. I'm talking about trades that aren't operating as a business. They're not a builder and they're not a trade company as such that might have 10 people working for them. These are sole traders that are making $250,000 a year.
But it was. I know, trade's always made good money, but now it is in ridiculous territory. The thing is, though, that there's a lot of people that want to start their own company, and this is the thing, there's a lot of small businesses that are folding, Whip, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because, they're not getting the work.
No. I mean, one bloke here, he said they've gone up 26%, the cost of tradies. Qualified tradespeople are earning significant sums of money, well in excess of $130,000, $140,000, some of them even $200,000 a year. But the thing is too, Fitz, it's a little bit like, unless you know the game, you're going to pay it because you don't understand. It's like when you go to the garage and they open the hood and they go, oh, geez, don't tell me you've done the gasket triple bypass thumper. And you go, oh, have I done the gasket triple bypass thumper? They go, that'll be $10,000. Oh, shivers. Well, I don't know anything else, so you better fix it.
My old man, Mick Fitzgerald, he complains about it all the time. He said, when I ripped people off back in my day, I never got anywhere near this kind of money. I mean, he was wiring up Mum and Dad's house to the next door neighbour's house yesterday, and he was saying, this is it's not the way it used to be.
No.
Digging these trenches are really tough.
You used to be able to wire off several neighbours, and now you can only approach one. They won't find out. Andre, hello.
How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. You a tradie?
I'm a tradie, mate, yeah.
What's your craft, buddy?
I'm a builder.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to agree with the cost of construction through the roof, mate. It's a dead set joke.
So you think that is the issue for the housing crisis?
100%. There's everything going on with the government and shit like that. The unions, mate, it's a joke.
So Andre, where do you see it going then? Like, it's got to reset at some stage, doesn't it? Like, I mean, so what do we...
100%.
How is that going to happen? Because each trade are quoting more and more, Andre. So it's not getting any
unions, mate. They've got to get rid of these unions.
Andre, how do you see it? I mean, what are you doing? Are you residential? Are you doing some commercial gear?
Yeah, I build apartments, mate. Yeah.
Right. So what's your experience with the unions been?
Well, they're coming in. It's more so happening in Melbourne and the Gold Coast in Queensland, but it's getting pushed into Sydney now, and it's causing these issues, mate.
So what are some of the standover tactics, Andre? Have you been threatened yourself before?
Yeah, well, they try to come to our jobs, but we've just don't allow it.
Yep.
It's policed a bit better in Sydney, but well, all these tradies, they just think they can get what they want. Rain days they get paid. They come in for 2 hours. They want full day pays.
Yeah, right.
It's just
well, Andre, we got Brendan on the line. He's a site manager. How do you go paying your trades, Brendan?
Well, mate, paying is not a problem, but it's trying to find the quality trade at the right price, which is actually getting quite hard at this moment. It's a bit of a dog-eat-dog world for the tradies at the moment because, everything is going up. So their prices are going up, and some guys need the work, so they'll drop their pants to get the work. But are they the right person for the job as well? Which makes it quite hard. But I'm in the commercial industry, mate, and things have gone up 20 to 30%.
So Brendan, too, I mean, you look at Andre's situation. I mean, if you're a developer out there also, or you're a builder and you're trying to budget these things, the builder's going to have to fight for it. If it's sold off plan to secure the funding for the build, then you're going to have to sell it at a certain price. But then the trades have to match that and come in at the right price. And then it all
and there's always escalation in the market as well, which from external suppliers, which when you sign up to a dollar rate with them, in 3 to 6 months, oh, sorry, mate, your steel cost has gone up, everything goes up, and as the builder, you've got to wear that cost. You can't, at this stage in the commercial, you can't really pass it on to the client.
No. Because you do see a lot of building jobs in the residential not go ahead, Brendo, these days, because... you'll have an owner that'll sit on the quote for 3 months and then decide and secure the finance, and then you're right, all the materials have gone up and no one can afford it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it just hurts your bottom line, and the next thing you're not making any money.
And then they just walk off site. That's the other thing. Tommy, are we allowed to do that in our industry? If we're not happy with the price, we can just walk off site? Or?
Yeah, give it a go. See what happens.
No worries. Go and find someone else to do the breakfast show, Tom. See you later, mate.
Do you want me to stick around, Tom?
He's out. You didn't even ask Brendan his tradies breakfast this morning.
See you later, guys.
This is a missed opportunity.
The unions have arrived. The radio unions, and Fitzy's done it. Okay.
I'm in a headlock. I can't breathe.
All right, get him back in.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.